Okay, so I wanted to talk about the pixel art I'm creating here. I slowed this one down a little bit more. This one's at 2 times speed normal. The last two were at 16 times speed. I'm still learning pixel art. I'm not a pro or anything, but I just wanted to talk about what I was doing and as I'm learning different techniques to create good pixel art. So in my previous artwork, I felt like the eyes were always really simple, so I kind of paid attention to how some of the good pixel art make the eyes, and I wanted to try to recreate that. So I kind of based this creature around the eyes. I made a quick sketch on a piece of paper, and then I tried to basically turn that into pixel art. So another thing I've read is to make your shadows in blue and make your highlights in yellow, or at least kind of tint, have a blue tint to the shadows and yellow tint to the highlights. I've noticed some of the good pixel artists do this and some of them don't, but I notice I have a little bit better effect when I do that, so that's what I am doing in this one. I use the gradient tool to make the palette. Here I'm experimenting with the fill to try to speed up the way I make the pixel art. So I kind of tried to choose the regions and their approximate colors and just fill in the regions with fill. It also kind of helps me visualize what it's going to look like in the end, so I can get a better feel for how to shade everything. It's easier to know what needs what when I can kind of see a little bit better what it's gonna look like in the end. I still feel like I need a lot more practice on this. I just kind of go and just kind of change anything that doesn't look right to me. I'm not very practical about it. So here again, I'm still trying to figure out the best way, if it works, to kind of fill in the shadows or fill in the highlights. So for me, I usually get the best results when I fill in the shadows, so that's what I've been doing. I notice I use Windows Movie Maker to edit these videos, and they kind of play with the color palette a little bit. Those blues there aren't quite that, in the actual image the blues aren't quite that strong. I might have to experiment with using some different editors, but Windows Movie Maker is actually surprisingly powerful for a free tool that comes with Windows. They do a lot better than a lot of their tools that they include. I wanted to have a I wasn't quite sure what my mouth was going to look like on this creature, and I wanted to include something that was a little bit different, so I kind of made him kind of crooked, and I like how that turned out. I noticed if you put a little bit of highlight above the mouth, it kind of makes it look like it's sticking out from the creature, so I did that. And also I tried to bring out the shadowing below as well, but also keep a little bit of highlight around the mouth, so it looks like his lips are sticking out on the top and the bottom. And another thing about my creatures is a lot of times it seems like they're pretty simple in the end. They don't have too much detail. There's not too many different things about them. So later I try to kind of work on that, and it doesn't really turn out too well. I end up going back to a more simple version. Here I'm more experimenting with the highlighting on the tentacles to the eyes. I think it gives a lot better look. Also, how I made the change to the eye, it gives it a little bit more character, I think, to the eye than just the straight round eye. Also, I notice on the top, if you use a lighter color for the outline, it gives the creature a more soft feel. But still use the darker for the lower, the shadowed outline, and that gives you better shadowing. I'm kind of playing with the shape because I don't really like it. Looks a little two-dimensional, a little too flat right now. Also, the legs are a little, they seem like they're just kind of sticking out. They don't really seem like they're supporting the creature. They just seem like they're sticking out from the creature. Oh, I noticed if you put your highlights, the brightest highlight, if you just put one little spot here and there, it looks like it's more specular, more shiny. Whereas if the highlights are big and round, they end up looking more soft. But this kind of gives it almost like a shiny or wet look to it by giving just the little dots here and there. So obviously I'm still learning a lot. I took the off the bottom because I didn't really like the shape. Adding the thumbnail at the top of this program really helped me a lot. Otherwise I end up getting up and walking away and looking at it from a distance, or minimizing the window way down. But this really helps because I can just glance up at the thumbnail. I've got a couple different sizes on the thumbnail. This time I just use this one the whole time, but sometimes I'll switch between the two. Here I'm trying to make the feet look a little bit more like they're under the creature instead of being sticking out in front of it, and I think it kind of works. Later I experiment a little bit more with the feet, and I end up going back to the earlier stage on that. Here I'm kind of nearing completion. Again, this is part where I feel like I need more detail to the creature. I thought maybe I could add a third eye in the center, kind of looking right at you, but I couldn't really get it to look right. Maybe if I would have planned it out a little bit earlier into the design, I might have been able to do it, but I end up just canning that, going back, using my undo feature to get rid of it. It might be a little bit too small as well. The other eyes are a little bit bigger. I'm not really sure how I could have done this properly, but also it's right up against the top edge, so I don't have any room to work going up any further. Hopefully I'll still get a lot better at this. I tried to add like a little tail or something, but I couldn't really get it to look right again, and so I forgot about that pretty quick. I think this helps out a lot with the creature, and in the end it looks a little more three-dimensional after I kind of fix up the legs a little bit. I go a little bit too far and then I come back a little bit, but in the end I think I find a good balance with that. Anyway, I'm pretty much at the finish of the creature right now, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep commentating on these videos, but I'd like to keep posting videos of me drawing on these as I kind of learn how to do it. I think it's kind of interesting, so I'll probably keep up with this. If you have any thoughts about this, feel free to comment. Let me know what you think. Maybe eventually I'll get good enough where I can just do this in real time, but for now I'm kind of I'll probably just do it afterwards, talk about what I did, because I think it'd be a little bit too boring to watch it in real time. This is 2 times speed. My prior two were 16 times speed. I might also increase my canvas size a little, but this is the end creature, so I'd like to know what you think. I would also appreciate it if you'd like or comment, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try to post more of these videos and more different types of videos. If I comment on these pixel art videos, it's probably always going to be not very edited. It's just going to be the raw audio of me talking. Anyway, thank you for watching, and have a good day.